There are certain things that mark you as an easy target for hotel thieves, and they're not always who you'd expect. Here are 6 moments in your hotel where thieves like to pounce and how you can protect yourself. Let's start with the first place you could become a victim, the front desk. Think about the last time you checked into a hotel. You're juggling your luggage, digging for your passport, fumbling with your wallet, all while trying to understand what the clerk is saying. You're distracted, you're tired and groggy from a long travel day, and this is a recipe for an easy target. Now, this obviously all depends on the vibe you get from the hotel. If you're in a fancy resort or a completely empty reception, you probably don't have to worry about this. But I've been in small reception rooms in busy guest houses packed with people moving in and out. And if you were a thief in a place like this, who would you choose as the easier target? The person who has everything packed and organized with all their valuables in a fanny pack or small bag that's strapped to their body at all times? Or the exhausted traveler who stumbles in the door with their hands full of jackets and phones and passports and snacks that throws all their stuff down loosey-goosey on the couch on the other side of the room while they check in? I'm not saying you need to be a robot, but just try to be organized and always know where everything is. That way, when the receptionist asks for a document, you're not digging through your bags, throwing your stuff all over the place. Also, and you can call me paranoid if you want, but if a bellhop offers to take your bags up to your room, sure, that's great. You can take my big heavy bags, but my personal item with my wallet, passport, laptop, electronics, and other valuables never leaves my side. That stays with me no matter how many times a bellhop insists. Also, and this one's especially important for solo female travelers, when you're checking in, make sure you're aware of your surroundings and who else is lingering around the room. You wouldn't want the clerk announcing, "Okay, sweetie, here's your room number 201, right up these stairs over there and down at the very end of the hall," all while there's a creep over in the corner scribbling down all your information. If you're at a popular hotel chain, the staff should be trained not to announce your room number out loud, but trust me, when you're traveling around the world, there are plenty of hotels where they do not give this training to their staff. If your hotel uses those key cards, you want to make sure that your room number is written on the key card folder, but not on the key card itself, and I'll show you exactly why in a minute. Next, sometimes hotel thieves don't even need to choose their victims because their victims volunteer to get robbed without even realizing it. Imagine arriving to your hotel room late at night, starving, but lucky for you, there's a flyer for a pizza delivery company underneath your door with big juicy discounts.
You call, you give them your credit card information, you order your pizza, and nothing comes.
Because they're really not a restaurant.
It's not a restaurant, it's not a pizzeria, it's nothing, it's a thief.
The scam comes in different forms. Sometimes you might actually get some soggy frozen pizza prepared by some random dude in his apartment, and that would probably be the best case scenario. But the worst case scenario is that you go to bed hungry and you wake up with suspicious charges on your card. To avoid this, always order from reputable food delivery apps, or better yet, never travel without packing emergency snacks. But here's the thing, to use those legitimate food delivery apps, you need reliable internet. And that brings up another security risk that most travelers don't think about: hotel Wi-Fi. Hotel Wi-Fi networks are notoriously insecure, and the FBI actually issued a warning about using hotel Wi-Fi a few years back. Long story short, to protect your private information, avoid doing banking or other tasks involving your passwords or other sensitive information while connected to the hotel Wi-Fi. Instead, one of the solutions that the FBI recommends is to use your cell phone data as a hotspot for a more secure internet connection. Instead of connecting to sketchy hotel Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi that doesn't work at all, you can use a travel eSIM like Olafly, which has coverage in over 200 destinations. I've been using Olafly plans with unlimited data for the past several years, and I was able to get them to partner with me on this video. It takes like 2 minutes to set up one of their data plans before you leave home, which allows you to be connected as soon as you're landing at your destination without having to hunt for physical SIM cards or risk using unsafe networks. And since they offer unlimited data plans, you never have to worry about your internet connection suddenly running out in a sketchy situation when you need it the most. If you're traveling with others or working on the go, you can share connection using your phone's hotspot, which is super handy if someone else needs internet too. Olafly also lets you customize your exact plan length, so unlike some other companies, you're not forced into buying these long and flexible packages that you don't actually need. You can grab a discount on your Olafly eSIM today by using the link in the description and entering code PROJECTUNTETHERED at checkout. Once you get into your room, the next biggest way to make yourself an easy target is to immediately lock up all your valuables in the hotel safe. This is the first place that thieves are going to look if they break into your room, and hotel safes are notoriously easy to bypass. Remember that all of these safes have some sort of backdoor entry in case the guest forgets their password that they set, and you never know how much of the staff know this backdoor code. But it gets even worse because sometimes hotels actually forget to reset this override code, or they just don't care. So if you type in things like 00000 or 1234, sometimes it actually works. So if you insist on using these safes to secure your valuables, try testing out these default codes first just to make sure. Depending on the safe model, there could be other easy ways to get in as well. There's even some videos online showing that if you just give the top of the safe a good smack, it'll open right up. So personally, I prefer to get creative and use different hiding spots instead. You could hide your stuff in a couch cushion, a rolled up pair of socks, or any of these other secret hiding spots that I mentioned in this video. Just don't forget to note down all your hiding spots in your phone and then set an alarm for a few hours before checkout so you can gather all of your stuff. You wouldn't want to be that person who remembers their hidden passport as they're stepping up to the airport check-in counter. Next, your standard hotel door might look secure, but to a mildly experienced thief, they're a joke. Just look at how quickly they can break in using one of these under the door tools, and that's just one of the ways that they break in. For the others, watch this video which reveals hotel security vulnerabilities that they don't want you to know. Anyway, just know in the back of your mind that thieves know how to exploit weak locks, connecting doors, and even your peephole. For example, thieves can tamper with those peepholes in your door, or there's even these small peephole reverser tools that they can use to see inside your hotel room from the outside. This makes it easy to check if you're inside your room, if you have any valuables laying out, or even to spy on you. You can make yourself a harder target by beefing up your security with a few simple tools. Some travelers swear by those little portable locks like the Add-A-Lock, while other travelers say they're pretty much useless. These are essentially small packable mechanisms that you can add to your door lock for an extra layer of security, but they're definitely not Fort Knox. And since I'm outside the US right now, I haven't been able to order and test myself. You can also use one of those cheap deadbolt straps, which is likely a little bit more secure, but these only work if your door has the right handle and deadbolt setup like in many chain hotels. But if you're not staying in a chain hotel, or if you're at a guest house or something with a different type of door, it's not going to do you very good. But since they're so cheap and small, it might not be a bad idea just to have one packed in your bag anyways. Another cheap, small, and simple solution to secure your room when you're on the inside is a rubber door wedge, or they even have rubber door wedge with alarms on them. All of these items would make it harder to sneak into your room if you're on the inside, but if you're outside exploring, you'll need some different strategies. Also, to counteract that peephole trick, just always get in the habit of covering your peephole with a sticky note or a band-aid or some tape or something. Next up, thieves love hotel common areas because they're full of potential distracted victims. They watch for that person who leaves their phone out on the breakfast table to go grab juice, or the person who leaves their room key out on their lounge chair as they jump into the pool. Remember how I said to never get your room number written on your key card? This is exactly why. If you leave that key card on your pool chair and someone snags it while you're off doing an underwater handstand or something, now they know exactly which door it opens and they have a straight shot to your stuff. If it's a hotel or guest house with traditional keys and a little keychain with your room number connected to it, like a lot of hotels, there's really not much you can do about it other than removing it if you want to, or just being extra careful to protect it. I recommend always storing it inside of a backpack or a fanny pack and then looping the strap around a chair or something so it's harder to snatch. If you want even more security, you can use bags with steel reinforced straps like pack safe bags that can actually be locked to fixed objects like a table leg, park bench, or umbrella pole. Next, it's pretty obvious that your stuff is going to be easiest to steal when you're not in your room to protect it, but that leads to the question, what are you supposed to do when you're out exploring? Well, I'll tell you what you definitely shouldn't do, which is a mistake that I used to make all the time. I'd always be friendly and chit chat with the staff on the way out, and when I don't know what to say in a conversation, sometimes I get nervous and share details that I probably shouldn't share, like my entire itinerary for the day. It might seem innocent enough, especially when the staff are super friendly and ask about your day, but when you do this, you're basically announcing to anyone in earshot how long your room is going to be empty, which marks yourself as an easy victim. Nowadays, I just try to slip out without drawing attention to myself. You can also use the old do not disturb sign and leave your TV on in your room when you leave. If you're in an older hotel and your electricity is connected to your key card, you can also just put like an old membership card or something in the little slot with similar thickness, and it should keep your electricity going. And if that doesn't work, you can also leave one of your devices behind playing music. If you leave it playing inside of the bathroom with the door closed, if someone sneaks into your room, they'll think you're inside taking a dump. One person commented on one of my videos sharing how they take things a step further and always yell, "Okay, be back soon, honey," whenever they leave the room. That said, you can do all of these things right, but it's impossible to watch your stuff 24/7. There will always be moments moments when you're vulnerable, like when you're sleeping on the plane, walking through a crowded market, or even just relaxing on the beach. So how do you protect yourself in those moments where you can't constantly be vigilant? That's where having the right gear comes in. There's some pretty clever travel gear out there that's specifically designed to make you an extremely hard target for thieves. And in this video right here, I show you the exact anti-theft bags, wallets, secret hiding spots, and gadgets that thieves hate. Like, subscribe, and do the things. Love you. Bye-bye.